I'm Tammy Carr.
Jeremy Carr.
We are
Trucking
with the cars. Today's video is going to be a Mexican style meatloaf. Traditional ingredients are Roma tomatoes, red onion, and garlic. But
we experimented a little. We're going to do tomatillo, onion, and garlic.
And you're going to roast them?
Yeah, we might roast them.
Because the traditional recipe is just fresh.
Right. So don't be afraid to try fresh in your oven or roast them, put them in your oven. But we are going to roast them and smoke them. But we'll let you know how it turns out.
Good. Okay, we got something good for you. So we're gonna make a Mexican meatloaf, and then Jeremy's gonna smoke it. So check out these ingredients. We got 2 pounds of a ground meat. We're using 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of ground pork, but you can use whatever, okay? Then we've got a cup of breadcrumbs, but since we are gluten-free, we actually are using pork rinds. So 1 cup. We got a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. If you are doing keto, you can find your brown sugar alternatives. But we actually chose real brown sugar because of the caramelization of the sugar. And it's only a 1/4 cup. We have a 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. You can use Monterey Jack. This is a blend, a Mexican blend, but Monterey Jack's actually really good. It melts really nice. We have 3 large eggs that we beat. We have a 1/2 cup.
You're abuser.
1/2 cup or whatever, close enough, of cilantro that we chopped. It calls for 4 minced garlic cloves, but we actually roasted some garlic earlier today, and this is probably more like maybe 6, but we like garlic, so we're just gonna put it all in there. And then we have, it calls for 2 plum tomatoes, but we had tomatillos, so we're gonna go ahead and use what we got. So we just chopped up a couple, maybe 2 or 3 tomatillos. And it calls for a cup or a medium red onion. And so we have a little bit more than that, so we're just gonna use what, we had roasted those earlier. We're also gonna take a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire. Don't know how to say it. I wonder if anybody knows how to say it. I don't know.
Worcestershire?
Worcestershire. 1/4 cup. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of salt. And 1 teaspoon of pepper. And I'm pretty sure, and hot sauce. Okay. So typically we would use Tabasco. That's a really nice addition in there, but Jeremy has been messing around with, or we have been messing around with, fermenting hot peppers in honey and making a hot honey. And what happens is the peppers are now fermented. So we take them out of the hot honey, and he's been blending them and making sauces. So this is a fermented habanero hot sauce. And let me tell you something, it's hot. So I think I'm just gonna do...
Well, taste it. Let's do a taste test real quick.
It's hot.
But what else is it? It's not just hot, is it?
No, it's hot. Well, first it's sweet.
Because it's been in the honey.
It burns your face off. Woo! It's hot. It's hot.
Any sweet? Any sweetness?
It's sweet. It's sweet
Okay.
and hot.
All right.
I'm thinking...
It's 2 tablespoons for what?
2 pounds.
Tabasco?
Yes.
Okay, so we're using this?
I don't think we should do 2 tablespoons, though.
Please, it's a tester.
Okay. So the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of hot sauce, and he's fixing to blow our face off with this. But okay. Here we go. Now, I'm actually going to get some gloves because that is hot. Hold on. All right. I am not messing around with that hot sauce. Woo, my mouth's still on fire. Okay. And then, obviously with meatloaf, all you got to do at this point is just mix it all together.
So the plan.
So the plan is we're going to fill up that loaf pan right there. Did you get a shot of that?
We're gonna line it with something. Parchment.
We line it with parchment paper. It makes for easy cleanup, and also I don't like my food really touching any type of aluminum. I don't know if that's aluminum. I think it is.
Yeah.
But
so and then it's a lot of, you can use Saran wrap, but sometimes it it could tear. Or...
Well, also I don't like my food touching plastic.
Okay.
So try to avoid the leaching.
So
we're gonna fill that loaf pan up, and then we're gonna put it in the freezer overnight, in the mold, in the pan, and so that's gonna come out tomorrow, rock solid, frozen, and then Jeremy's gonna put it in the smoker, and as it defrosts and cooks, it's gonna just turn into magic. It is one of the yummiest meatloaves he makes, and then he just slices it almost like a brisket, and it's so delicious. So I hope y'all try this recipe. If you do, leave some comments down below, and check us out for some more videos, and catch you on the flip side.
You gonna flip it?
We left off where we were getting ready to mash in the meatloafs into the mold. So that's what we did, and then we put them in the freezer overnight. So they are frozen solid. So the next step is...
Gonna season them up and put them on the smoker.
All right.
So we'll show you just this one. We'll season this one, right? And we'll come back to you when we go out to the smoker.
So why do you freeze it? Tell people why you froze it.
To make the mold.
To make the mold?
Yeah, and then when you smoke it, it'll create the crust with the, you can do salt, pepper only. This is salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, granulated. A little bit of cayenne. You get the seasoning. So once you get a nice coating on there, just like you would a brisket, put it on there, and it creates a crust, and then you slice it. It's almost like sliced
meatloaf brisket?
Yeah, almost. So I love it. So we're gonna get a nice coating on here.
So that's gonna help create the bark, essentially?
Yes, the bark.
Okay, so you froze it to keep the mold, so when you put it on the smoker, it won't just flop around as wet, soggy meat.
Right.
And then as it defrosts and cooks at the same time, it holds the shape?
Yes.
All right.
So, now, we put a little more veggies in. You gotta be careful you don't, okay, you got it? Said that? What I was gonna say is, we are hoping it holds its shape, even though we put a little more vegetables than normal. Vegetables aren't mandatory in here, so with the cilantro and the onion, brown sugar,
Tomatillos.
yeah, and tomatoes. You can use tomatoes or tomatillos. First time we're trying tomatillos, but remember, it's Mexican meatloaf, smoked Mexican meatloaf.
Hi.
All right.
What's going on?
Okay.
Getting ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Meatloaf. Smoker meatloaf.
Mexican meatloaf, smoker style.
Smoked Mexican meatloaf.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
Happy smoking.
All right, we're gonna check on it. Put a probe in there. In the meatloaf. We've been going 3 hours. Getting the bark on there. We are running, the probe's at 143. We're gonna take it to 165. Looks like I got the hottest part coming in at 330, leaving out at 215. Oh wait, Just at 220 because I opened the lid. All right. All right. We hit 160, 65.
So you brought the internal temp of your meatloafs up to 165. Is that what you said?
Yep. And if the front one's done with that, we know the back one's cooks a little bit hotter, so it's good. Now, since it's a meatloaf, we got to use a spatula. All right. Let's pray. All right. Good work. Woo!
Good job, babe.
All right, all right. We'll let them rest and then we'll slice. See how it comes out.
Yum.
All right, smoked Mexican meatloaf. Slice it like a brisket, but not so thin, a little thicker, you know. And let's check this out.
We got
smoke
smoke
ring.
ring.
Got that tomatillo, got that spices. Ground beef and ground pork, or you can do raw beef. You know it's good.